Hey, how's it going? Checking in for today. I'm sat outside Toastmasters, having just been to the meeting, and a couple of points of reflection from this. It's been a pretty good day again, productive, feeling really good, really confident about the session tomorrow for the pharmaceutical company. It's only a 60-minute session, but again, just been plowing through the notes for that one and the presentation itself, and just really feeling really comfortable, really confident. It's an odd room. I think it's a room with 6 big tables and chairs all around it. So there's no real front or stage. So it'll be more of a roving session, but I think that'll be a good challenge. I'm looking forward to presenting in a different environment and to, again, obviously a different audience. And so Toastmasters was potentially could have been a bit of a shambles tonight. I was thinking maybe I'll do a talk, maybe I won't. As the Vice President of Education, it's my responsibility to get people signed up for different roles, for speaking evaluations and so on, and make sure that we've got a meeting. Now, I hadn't done that. And one of the other guys in the club, John, had sent an email out, but we still didn't really have many people signed up. And then the one speaker who was down actually then couldn't make it for personal reasons. And so about 6 o'clock, 2 hours before the meeting, I had to make a decision. Are we going to cancel the meeting, and which would have meant me getting in touch with everybody, or am I going to make something of this? And so I decided for the latter, and I went, and I'm glad I did actually, because there was a guest and she would have turned up and there'd have been nobody here, which would have been slightly embarrassing and awkward. But we went ahead. There was a small number of us in the club, and I decided that what I was going to do at about sort of 6:30, 7 o'clock, that I was going to teach a piece that I'll be delivering at Momentum. I thought, well, actually, this is a perfect opportunity to do a 10 to 15 minute stint where I can just go through one of the more technical pieces of my presentation, and that require a certain number of skills to be brought out, and actually the opportunity to do a practice in front of a real live audience was an absolute a golden opportunity. So I decided that I wasn't going to cancel. We were just going to go ahead and we're going to do it. And when I got here, obviously told everybody what happened, and we actually had a really good evening. It was very relaxed, very informal, but I still had this opportunity to do my 10, well, it was I think 13 minutes. And I recorded the audio, not the video, but I recorded the audio so I can go back over it. There's a lot of NLP, a lot of about goals and timelines and all sorts of cool, funky stuff. But I was doing it, there were no notes or anything, so I was just going through it, and it definitely needs a little bit more polishing before Saturday, but having done it once, I'm really confident that that's going to work very well at the event on Saturday at Momentum. So that was kind of one of the observations about the session tonight, and kind of almost the other one, really just having that confidence to just kind of step in and do that, and think, well, you know what, I'm nowhere near polished already, but the whole thing about Toastmasters, it's a learning environment. And again, for me to remind myself that it's okay to not be perfect. That's how you learn. And the thing with Toastmasters is you get a lot of feedback. So I was able to ask people at the end, what were the things that you thought went well, what didn't work so well, and a lot of the things that they thought didn't work well reflected with my own observations and my own self-evaluation after the event, after I did it. And a couple of other ones as well. And also, how did it feel for you? How effective was it? So I got some really, really interesting and useful feedback on both counts. So glad that I sort of leaned into that discomfort of not being completely prepared. And I had that experience, and it sort of feels like I'm set up now for a really good session on Saturday. Before that, though, my mind is 100% focused on the session tomorrow in the morning. And once that's done, then I've got a coaching call, a couple of meetings, and I'll be totally focused then on Momentum for the next couple of days, or the next day and a half, and then the Momentum's in the afternoon on Saturday. Over 200 tickets sold so far. I think 210 we're up to now, and they're still coming in pretty quick. So we'll probably get up to 240, 250, I think, paid tickets for the day. And then I think there's about a few helpers as well, maybe a dozen people coming additionally. So we're looking at 250 to 260 people, I think, which would be a great number to have in a room. A good energy, certainly, for the event. So there is my check-in for the day. I will be back again tomorrow once I've done my session at the pharmaceutical company and let you know how that goes. As always, give it a good old YouTube thumbs up if you've enjoyed the video, and subscribe to the channel if you want to hear more, and I will see you again tomorrow. Bye for now.